So, in very interesting hand. First of all, we see that the headline is separated from the lifeline, but it is not too much separated. This shows that this person has the right amount of confidence needed, because suppose this headline and lifeline were very far separated, right? So that would mean that the person is overconfident. If this headline and lifeline were too together, right? So that would mean this person is too hesitant, too underconfident. So the right amount of confidence is when the headline and lifeline are this much separated, because what happens is that the person then they do not like what you say do not hesitate. They actually, what happens is they find a well balanced, because they are good planners and they are good executioners of those plans. So there is a well balance. We also see this balance in the thumb. We see this side being well balanced here. There is this phalange of the thumb. They are all well balanced. This is the first, which is showing the will. This is the second, showing the logic, and the third showing the love. So this person has a very well balanced personality. But a bit of a contradiction here is that the fingers are bent. So the fingers are not straightforward. Now what happens is this gives the person a very different view of life. This person has a very their views on life will be very what do you say very unique. So like when you and funny thing, if you don't know them very well, like suppose someone who knows them very well, they will have a very different opinion about this person. It does tend to happen that no one has a universal opinion on anyone, right? Like your best friend will have a different opinion of you than a friend. Your friend will have a different opinion of you than someone who just knows you at work, meaning a colleague. But here, this person, his thinking is like that only some people know him, because if we see that along with the fingers which are bent, we see that the heart line is very straight, and it is starting here. So when it starts here, the person is a conservative type of personality. So they keep, as you see, the base of the fingers are away from the heart line, right? So this shows that this person tends to keep things to themselves. But what happens is that they open up to select people who they think can appreciate their innermost feelings, right? That's what conservative people do. But their thoughts to them will reveal very different things, like very not shocking things, but like he will be like outwardly he will say, I'm this could be an example that I'm into looks, right? The first thing I notice is looks, because we are actually the first thing we all notice is looks in a way, but some people they emphasize looks, right? So he will say, I emphasize looks in a partner, but that's not actually true. This person emphasizes the personality, but the problem is he is, as I said, the as this line is like this, it's straight, right? So the straighter the line is, the more the person tends to have problems expressing their innermost feelings. So he wants a long-term relationship with someone who is very personality-wise stable. He cannot be with someone who is too flamboyant, who's too what do you say, too flamboyant, extravagant. Who he wants someone who is reserved like him. But due to him like saying that I want someone with looks, or outwardly saying this, maybe he's just doing it for the fans, right? Maybe because they want him to be with someone like that. Because you tend to, when you are very good looking and like an entertainer type personality, the people would prefer you to be with someone like that. But no, he wants someone who is reserved, more maybe not from the same industry, or if they are from the same industry, at least they because with the Mount to Moon fat line, people tend to marry someone in the same industry. So they would prefer that the other person, if they're in the same industry, they'd be very reserved and not like disclose details of the person of both of theirs private lives together. So they would prefer that. But if they meet someone, but they are good. The thing about this person is he has good longish fingers. So this person will not like go into anything without thinking. As I said before, he is very well balanced. So he will be a good judge of character in that way. But the other thing is that if he makes a miscalculation, because we all are human, he will never talk to that person again. This could be like if he has a bad breakup, he won't talk to that person again. So he has this chance of being crossed. Where is a Capricorn person, so they tend to be, and I would say they hold grudges exactly. Capricorn people, but they tend to not, uh, you know, uh, what do you say, talk with the person after something bad happens, especially if they see that the other person cannot change. And I should know because I'm Capricorn as well. So we should go ahead and see that the Apollo mount is extremely strong. There are some mounts which are extremely strong. Venus mount, no surprise. The person is exceptionally good looking. The person is exceptionally passionate. These things come here, and all the beauty extravagance. So I don't know much about him, like as much as the person who requested me, because he or she said that this person is their K-pop idol. So again, they will know a lot more who requested this palm reading. But the thing is that this person, he might be very into fashion, very into keeping up a good appearance in front of the camera. He might be very, I won't say conscious, but he might be, always looking at his best, even when he is like, not every time they're in front of the camera. But even if suddenly someone pictures him, he might be very well dressed by nature. Then we see that this lunar side of the hand is quite developed, and if we see this overall hand, you see that it is very structured, very strong. Like a masculine hand. So this person, he also, I've seen this photo. He's more of a even like a masculine personality. Like I see this person like if he was to like do arm wrestling or something, he might win easily, because I don't know if he's muscular. Again, I don't know about him much. I haven't researched that much about him, but I think he tends to be very very fit and might have been very good at sports as well, because this hand shows a very like natural fitness. A person not only who likes to keep fit but is also strong. Like a bodybuilder type. Again, I don't think these people pursue extreme bodybuilding, because that's not like something up something in the K-pop or pop world, because I don't think that will suit their dancing, because I think muscle makes them more slow, makes someone more slow when they dance. Again, I don't know that much about it, but the thing is that if he wants to, he could like get those like muscles and stuff, and he likes to go to the gym. Again, I'm saying some people, they do it to keep up appearances, but he naturally is inclined to bodybuild. And then we see Apollo is developed. This shows that the person is very very like what do you say, basically Apollo and Venus, right? Venus is beauty and Apollo is beauty. So these both, if even if you have one of them, you are very good looking. But if you have both of them, then you are extremely good looking. Like how do I give an example? Like for me, Scarlett Johansson is one of the most beautiful women in the world. So she also has this. When I checked later on, I found out she also has Apollo and Venus developed. Because she if we talk about any of them with this, they have exceptional beauty. Like I'll give an example. Can you name me some person who is equally as good looking, or even a doppelganger or like of Scarlett Johansson? Because I know about her more. No, right? Because she's exceptional. In looks, so that shows. But again, with the we also need to know about this combination is that sometimes these people are taken for granted because of their looks. What happens is people for like it's very funny, but a good-looking person, it's what happens is people get so obsessed with their looks. It tends to happen in every industry, Hollywood, etc. Like I remember someone saying that Scarlett Johansson is actually so good looking. I tend to forget she's a good actress as well, because we get distracted, right? We start researching their routines. We start following their makeup routines and stuff like what we tend to do. But the thing is that the inside this is because of the this combination, the Apollo and Venus combination, because it gives a very good outward appearance. So outwardly, what happens is this person becomes charming. This person gets charismatic. This person, they go anywhere. People like want to know how's their personal life, how their this outward life is. So what happens is this person, they get kind of tired with it. Honestly, they find it then very. They what they do is basically most people with this condition, especially if they have a heart like this, which is actually good for them, they will do their utmost to separate their personal and professional life. And with these fingers, as I said, they're on the longer side. This is good because this, as I said, this person has very good advantages in life, because he's born with a very well balanced hand. There are some problems. Like I would say, the bent fingers would show sometimes that this person, he would even not, he would like might go towards a bit of the covering up some things, like like if something like as he's keeping his personal life like secret, right? And someone, reporter or someone like quick ask him, and that also in a clever way, so he might let something slip. So what happens is that he might retreat at home. He might not come out. Again, another Capricorn trait. So this person, because I would say this person is exactly sensitive, right? There is some sensitivity, but he's not exactly sensitive. But he does not want those worlds to collide. So just imagine if you're this type of person and those two worlds of yours collide, then you can't make sense of that. And then we notice that so that's not a weakness actually, but I'm just saying that something like a weakness is like anger and stuff and like that. That's just a personality aspect. Like the person like they need time to recharge, they need time to face the world. So this tends to happen with these type of people. And now with the Mercury combination, now Mercury mount is also the Apollo finger. If you see the Apollo finger, which is representative of this is also long, and then the Mercury finger is also long. So this gives the person extra cleverness, and this cleverness is needed because when this cleverness is not there, Apollo is strong, the person there is an imbalance of personality actually when that happens. But this because this combination and these things are keeping him in check. So as I said, he's a very well balanced personality, and that leads to success in the long run. We also see the fate line rising from the Mount of Moon from here. So the fate line when it rises from the Mount of Moon, it shows that the person is going into the career where the public approval is needed. Suppose you're an advertiser, no matter how much hard you work, until that client is satisfied with the product, it won't go ahead and you won't get paid and your career won't take off, right? So this happens. So most of the people in the K-pop industry, not surprisingly, most of the people around the world who are in the entertainment industry, because they need someone to approve them, they will have the fate line like this. And also you have to note that the person's life with this fate line improves in their 30s. Because before that, as I said, there's so much limelight, there's so much spotlight, there's so much paparazzi, there's so much media that the person feels hounded, right? So they have to, in their 20s, they have to face these challenges. And only by facing these challenges, only by finding that balance, like because a balanced personality, when they want to seek balance, right? And that's actually a very good thing. Most of us, we cannot find a balance in our lives, and then we become unhappy. So these people, as I said, they're with the longish fingers and this overall type of hand, they have this advantage going for them that they know themselves and they know that they need balance. And this is like literally what my clients come to me, or anyone comes to me, and it's not like they don't have long fingers. I actually have people with more medium length fingers, short length fingers, and it's not that the long fingered people will always be successful. This is a very big misconception. Like I think I heard this or read this somewhere. Someone wrote this that a long finger, they tend to be more successful. That is like the very false thing. Because the thing is, if you're in your office, right, and you are like 5 employees, right, and imagine you all 5 employees are having the same level of success. So you like it's just natural. Even in your own family, you will have. Even in your own family, if you all 5 are medical doctors, you all will have different type of hands and specifically different type of fingers. That's why every hand is unique. So this is why people should not assume that by this person having this type of hand, this type of that, this type of that, that's the ideal hand. This person will also have troubles because we are all human. We all have our challenges. So we should not look at perfection. Nothing is perfect. This person is not perfect. No one is perfect. So I just want to make that point clear. So anyway, moving on. We have to see again that this 2 lines are going upwards towards the Saturn mount. So this shows this first one is at 30, the other one is at 36. So this shows that 30s there will be very big gains of money, property, car, etc. Because Saturn mount shows property, money, assets. Basically, it shows financial assets. Like when you buy a house, or when you get the return on investment on selling a house, these kind of things. So basically, this shows like maybe gain of property, gain of car. So everything, it's not necessarily specifically car or house, right? It's anything which is a tangible asset. So anything a tangible asset, he will gain 2 very big tangible assets in his 30th, and he will feel more grounded. And then we see that the headline itself is very excellent. It's straight at the start and going downwards. So this shows that this person, and the headline is very longer than the heartline. It's longer than the heartline, not very longer, but longer than the heartline. So this person is ruled by their head. They're ruled by their mind. And this is again not a surprise given the heartline being the non-expressive kind, the brainy kind. So this person is very brainy. And as I said, this person, the outer appearance won't show you this. Like this person In the conversation they might know a lot and they might not even share that because they want to keep it to themselves, but they are smarter than your average. I'm not even talking about IQ level. I'm talking about street smart. I'm talking about, see, some people assume that intelligence is like science, maths, etc. It's not necessary. People with intelligence, even the people with the good science, maths, etc., right, they need to have the real life intelligence, how to deal with the real world. When you go to the office, no matter how many degrees you have, you won't even, you can't stand the environment, right? Why can't you stand, or why can't you adapt to the environment? You're like, I have these degrees, I'm smart. Because when you go into the work environment, you need to find a way to adapt, and only by trial and error this can happen. But these people, this kind of hand formation, this person will easily adapt to that because he already has a well balanced personality. So he will know, he will not be like, oh, I can't go to the office, right? I can't. I'm just saying, if it was a K-pop idol, or even for a K-pop idol, it's the same. They have to go to many things, competitions, etc. So this person will be thinking long term. Short term thinking leads to problems, and that's why for some short term thinking people, I suggest other. I would suggest, like, for them, even they can become K-pop K-pop idols, but they will have a different approach. They will be run by their mood. So basically, what happens is that if it's their mood, they will perform well. If it's their mood, they won't do anything. So this person, no, he thinks like, whether it's my mood or not, in the long term, I will benefit. So even the people who think short term, the hand shows, right? The thinking is that short term, and mostly with the short fingered people. But no, they will also be thinking long term, but they will not be doing anything for the long term thing. They will be doing short term things, and they will be expecting a long term return. So this is what happens. So because they're not well balanced, but this person is well balanced. So this is the secret of his success. I don't know exactly how successful this person is, right? As I said, I don't know that much about him. But I can see in general, if someone showed me this hand, even if this person was a K-pop idol or not, even if like I just saw this hand online, right? So sometimes I look at hand photos randomly to improve my reading skills. I don't like. I just like find. You can find like someone basically waving. I don't know every celebrity. Even in Hollywood, I know Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, but the secondary actors, who knows about them? We don't remember them. We see them like if you're watching a film, oh, this is actor was from that film. But if you're watching a Tom Cruise film, oh, this is Tom Cruise, this guy did that. So if you see a secondary, like I see sometimes secondary actors, they're waving because I follow a lot of Hollywood news, right? So I see them waving. So I'm like, oh, I don't know exactly which film this person is from, but he tends to have good roles and he is on the right path. Then if I do a quick Google search, I know that this person started with Tom Cruise. I know this person started with Brad Pitt, but he themselves are going slowly. This also happens. Like suppose there's Tom Cruise, there's another guy, right? And they both star in a film in their 20s. But later on, they become Tom Cruise. That film, because Tom Cruise was the more popular lead, so he goes upwards. And it's also the case of Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer. I say Tom Cruise, you're like, oh. I say Val Kilmer, you're like, who? So you get that, right? Because he was also with him, but no, but his career was very different. Like his life turned out very differently. So that's why, as I said, if we look at Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer, if we see they were on the same level when they starred in Top Gun, and Top Gun 2 is coming in. Yes, Val Kilmer is there. Tom Cruise said, I actually was reading that Tom Cruise said that he wants Val Kilmer there. So this I'm saying that everywhere we go, we will find different hands. So there is no ideal hand type. This is very wrong. Because the old palmistry books, they always say this hand type is better, this hand type is better, that fit line is better. No, it's nothing is better. It's a combination, and this person's combination, this K-pop idol's combination, is very well balanced. So in a way, he was maybe destined for success. We will never know. I hope you enjoy this palm reading. Oh yeah, anything about the future? Yeah, so this person will be more in his 30s. I think he's in mid 20s now, but wherever he is, he will feel more grounded in his 30s. We are just doing a quick recap. This person is more likely to not marry someone in the same field because they want someone conservative. So they will look for someone very well educated because that also because not that it necessarily means that okay, I'll just say it. This person is looking for someone intellectual, so well-educated person will be intellectual. Yeah, so that type of person, and this person is also looking for a homey person, a home body type person. How do I say this? This person is looking for basically someone traditional, and I actually don't know if South Korea are South Korean women traditional. I'm very confused about that because I don't know that much about their culture. Because in South Asia, we see that there are still a lot of Indian and Pakistani, because I'm Pakistani, right? So there is a lot of traditional. Even the modern people are traditional. It's not like like because see in Asia. There is, I think, a misconception between what is modern and what is traditional exactly. Traditional is not a bad thing, and you can actually be modern and traditional at the same time. You can go to the office in your I'm going to go towards the woman side here because it's easier to explain. Like if a woman they wear pants, the office clothes, and they go to work and they still make time, take the weekends off and devote a lot of time to the family as well. You will find that work-life balance. So in the house, of course, they will be wearing the house clothes, and maybe the functions they will be wearing the traditional dress of Pakistan or India, which is the shalwar kameez. So, or for India, I think it's the sari. So for Pakistan, it's the shalwar kameez. So that tradition, I don't know if it's in the East Asian countries because I in front of me, I only see them in the modern clothes, doing modern things. So I do not know their personal life, right? I'm not that well, like I don't know their culture that deeply. So but I mean that even if the person is modern, like suppose if I have only seen that type of modernity, but he will be looking for a person like I described, that a person who not only works but it makes food for him. I'll just say it, a housewife type personality. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I literally got so much lost in thought. He's looking for a bit of a housewife type personality, and that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. If like some people, I hope they don't get offended. Like why is he saying a housewife? Because some people don't like use that term anymore. But maybe they feel offended that. But the thing is, I'm meaning someone who does work, but also is a conservative person. Yeah, that's even better. He's looking for a conservative person like himself. But that you won't see that. He won't say that because that's a hidden thing he's keeping inside. So that it's something like the something like maybe that he would feel that he would maybe feel insecure because some people they don't like sharing their innermost feelings. It's okay. So maybe he will be insecure in admitting that. And remember, this person is not the exactly straightforward. Look at the bent fingers. But again, these fingers and overall the talent and everything, the well balanced, right? This well balanced thing will will give him success for a very long time. And this uh, well balanced personality is the secret of his success. Thank you so much for suggesting this poem, and I really hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you all watched it as much as possible, as long as possible. I think it went very long. I don't have the timer set because I'm on the laptop. So I again thank you for the suggestion. I really had fun reading this poem. It's one of the better poems I've seen personally. Thank you so much, and have a very great day ahead.